Hello, everyone. As a specialist in hotel AI and operations, I am absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at how data is really shaping the future of hospitality. Let's get right into it.
This quote really nails it. We've all felt it, right? That great gut feeling when a lobby is buzzing or a guest gives you a huge smile. And that's wonderful, but it's not a business strategy. To really be excellent, we've got to go deeper than just a feeling.
So let's be really clear about this. The success of any great hotel really comes down to one thing: evaluating how you're doing with cold, hard data. Not just guessing or having a general sense that things are going okay. We need objective proof. Okay, so if intuition isn't the whole picture, then what is? Well, the answer is key performance indicators, or, as you'll hear all the time, KPIs. Think of these as your roadmap. They're the tools that cut through all the noise and show you exactly what success looks like and, more importantly, how to get there.
Now, a KPI isn't just some random number that your manager pulls out of a hat. No, it's a very specific, carefully chosen metric. Its job is to give structure and make expectations totally clear for everybody on the team, from the person just starting at the front desk all the way to the general manager.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's make this real. We're going to put this into practice by focusing on what I like to call the nerve center of the hotel, the front desk. I mean, it's the first and last impression for pretty much every single guest who walks through the doors. So let's start with a big one: average check-in time. Now, this might sound super simple, but trust me, this one number tells you so much about how efficient your entire arrival experience is. It's basically the guest's first taste of how competent your hotel is. And this is where it gets really powerful. A long check-in time isn't just a number, it's a clue. Is the computer system painfully slow? Maybe guests aren't getting the right pre-arrival info. Or hey, maybe the team just needs a little more training on the process. See? The KPI doesn't give you the answer, but it tells you exactly which questions you need to start asking. Next up, let's talk about communication. I mean, we're in a business built on service, right? So how fast and how well you answer questions is everything. This isn't just about being nice, it's about being on the ball. And this chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? If your goal is to answer the phone in 20 seconds, but it's actually taking 45, that gap tells a story. Maybe you're short-staffed at busy times, or the calls aren't going to the right person. That extra 25 seconds can feel like an eternity to a guest on the other end of the line. This is so critical. You have to remember that a slow reply to a simple booking question sends a huge signal to that potential guest. It says your entire hotel might be slow and disorganized. Being quick in that inbox builds immediate trust. Okay, now for a KPI that I think is one of the most powerful of all: service recovery. Look, mistakes are going to happen. It's just a fact of life in a complex place like a hotel. The real measure of a great hotel isn't that it never makes mistakes, it's how incredibly well it fixes them. And just look at this data. An 85% resolution rate right there on the spot, that is fantastic. It tells me that the frontline team is confident, they're well-trained, and, this is the big one, they are empowered. They have the authority to make things right for the guest immediately without having to run and find a manager. That builds loyalty like nothing else. Of course, we also have to talk about the financial side of things. But when it comes to upselling, the way you do it is everything. It's really more of an art than a science. So here's the key. We shouldn't be measuring how many times someone tries to upsell. That just leads to pushy, awkward conversations. Instead, we measure the conversion rate. How often did the guest actually say yes? That tells you if your team is genuinely making someone stay better with a great suggestion instead of just reading from a script. And this brings us to the single most important idea I really want you to take away from our time together. All this data, these charts, they aren't weapons to judge people with. They are tools for growth. And to use them that way, it takes a real shift in how we think about them. This slide says it all, really. The old school mindset uses data to ask, okay, who's the weak link here? But the growth mindset, the one we want, uses that exact same piece of data to ask a totally different question. Which skill can we help develop? Or how can we give this person better training? It's a total shift from blame to support. I absolutely love this metaphor. The data isn't a report card to make you feel bad. It's a map. It shows you exactly where you are,
It helps you see where you want to go, and it highlights the best ways to get there. It's your personal guide for your career journey.
So, when you really start to embrace this way of thinking, it completely changes how you look at your own professional development. You stop being just an employee waiting for feedback, you become the one in charge of your own growth.
And what happens when you do this? Well, instead of getting vague feedback, you get structured professional development. You start building that growth mindset. Everyone has clear accountability. And best of all, you can actually see your progress in real, tangible numbers.
And really, this is what it's all about. You go from a manager saying, you need to be more efficient, to knowing, my average check-in time is 6 minutes and my goal is 4. All of a sudden, you have a clear, actionable target to aim for. Now that is true empowerment. So as you move forward into what I know will be amazing careers, I want you to carry this idea with you. Look for the data, use it as your map, and take ownership of your journey. The question really isn't if you'll achieve excellence, it's how you're going to chart your own unique path to get there. So what's your first step going to be?